Nature is both breathtaking and brutal. One moment animals can seem gentle and familiar, until instinct takes over and the unthinkable happens.
It's been 3 months since that horror at the Disney World Resort in Florida, where a toddler was killed by an alligator.
A man mauled to death by his own hippo son. A woman dragged underwater and killed by the orca she trained for years. And a deadly alligator attack that left no chance for survival.
I really felt scared. You're trying to get away and there's really nothing you can do.
These are just a few of the terrifying true stories of people who came too close to nature's most dangerous predators. Brace yourself for a new episode about people who were brutally killed by animals, Part 4. The ocean is a place of wonder, but also of sudden, brutal danger. For 17-year-old Jay Muscat, a summer spearfishing trip turned into a terrifying fight for survival. On December 29, 2014, Jay and his friend Matt Palella were diving off Cheney's Beach in Western Australia when a massive great white shark, estimated at 4 to 5 meters long, struck without warning. The shark hit Matt first, knocking him back. In a desperate attempt to fight it off, Matt shoved his spear gun into the shark's throat and fired, but it was too late. The predator turned its focus on Jay, delivering fatal injuries before disappearing into the deep. Authorities quickly issued a kill order for the great white, but after no further sightings, the hunt was called off. Jay's tragic death reignited debates over shark culling, with some arguing for stricter protections while others demanded action to prevent future attacks. What do you think? Should these apex predators be protected, or should we take action to prevent future attacks? One thing is certain. In the ocean, we are never truly in control. For 13 summers, Timothy Treadwell lived among Alaska's grizzly bears, believing he had a special bond with them. But in October 2003, that belief cost him and his girlfriend, Amy Huguenard, their lives. The couple was camping in Katmai National Park, extending their stay later than usual, when an aggressive bear attacked their tent. In a chilling moment, Treadwell's camera captured the audio of their final screams as the bear mauled them. By the time park rangers arrived, the bear was still at the scene, feeding on their remains. It was shot and killed. Treadwell, who saw himself as a protector of bears, had ignored the dangers, believing love and respect would keep him safe. But in the wild, nature follows its own rules. His story, documented in Grizzly Man, remains a cautionary tale of how easily the line between fascination and fatality can blur. To Marius Els, Humphrey the Hippo wasn't a wild animal, he was family. The South African farmer had raised the 1,200-kilogram hippo from a calf, believing he had tamed one of nature's most dangerous creatures. But in November 2011, that belief turned fatal. One evening, Humphrey turned on Marius, dragging him into a river and mauling him to death. His lifeless body was later found submerged with deep bite wounds. The tragedy shocked many. But locals had long warned that Humphrey was unpredictable. Despite his playful nature, he had previously attacked people and even chased golfers near Elsa's property. Marius once said, "He's like a son to me. He's just like a human." But in the end, nature prevailed. His death serves as a grim reminder that no amount of love can override wild instincts. Hippos are responsible for an estimated 500 deaths per year in Africa, far more than the 22 to 200 attributed to lions, and Humphrey, despite being raised by hand, was no exception. Dawn Broncho was one of SeaWorld's most experienced trainers, known for her deep bond with the orcas she worked with. But on February 24, 2010, during a performance with Telecom, the park's largest killer whale, everything went horribly wrong. In front of a shocked audience, Tilikum suddenly grabbed Dawn by her ponytail, pulling her into the water. The 6-ton orca thrashed violently, dragging her underwater for several minutes. Despite desperate rescue attempts, Dawn suffered fatal injuries, including drowning and blunt force trauma. Tilikum had been linked to 2 previous deaths, raising serious questions about keeping orcas in captivity. SeaWorld initially blamed trainer error, but investigations pointed to the inherent dangers of working with powerful, intelligent predators in confined spaces. Dawn's tragic death became a turning point, leading to major changes in marine park practices and inspiring the documentary Blackfish, which exposed the dark side of the captive orca industry. As for Tilikum, he remained at SeaWorld until his death in 2017, after years of captivity and declining health. A family vacation turned into an unimaginable tragedy on June 14, 2016, when 2-year-old Lane Graves was taken by an alligator at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort in Florida. Lane had been building sandcastles and fetching water in ankle-deep water when he bent down, and in an instant, an alligator lunged, grabbing him by the head. His father, Matt Graves, fought desperately, reaching into the reptile's mouth and grabbing its teeth, but the gator disappeared into the lagoon with his son.
Melissa and I often speak about how lucky we were to have spent 2 years, 9 months, and 11 days as a complete family.
A 16-hour search followed, and Lane's body was found intact, just 10 to 15 yards from shore. His cause of death, drowning and traumatic injuries. 5 alligators were euthanized during the search, and Disney soon installed fencing, warning signs, and increased wildlife removal. Though rare, attacks like this are a sobering reminder that Florida's waterways, home to 1.3 million alligators, are never truly predictable. In Lane's memory, his family founded the Lane Thomas Foundation to help children in need. His tragic loss will never be forgotten. These tragedies serve as a haunting reminder that no matter how much we think we understand nature, wild animals will always be unpredictable. Whether in captivity or the wild, their instincts can turn fatal in an instant. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to hear more terrifying real-life stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Stay safe, and remember, nature always has the final say.